Oh, hello. Hi, welcome everyone. I am so excited. So, some of you are unmuted, so please, guys, mute yourselves. And I'm really excited because the today webinar is one of my most favorite webinars. And it's because it's all about engagement, and engagement is so important these days. And this hybrid working crazy world we all live in. So first of all, welcome, and thank you for joining. For I'm gonna give just a few seconds for everyone to join, but in the meantime, can you please let me know, guys? Give me a thumbs up on the comment section if you can hear me and see me okay. Good morning, Stereos. Lovely to see you again. Good morning. So lovely to see you guys. Amazing. Yes, you look great. Thank you, Maria. So, guys, our today webinar is all about elevate employee engagement. And engagement is about getting to know each other. So can you let me know in the chat, where are you based? So I'm typically based in London, but I just happen to be in Greece this week for a business trip. I'm really excited to be here. The weather is so beautiful. Kelly Mastoraki, you know how beautiful the weather is here, right? India, London, UK, Eleni, so lovely that you join us as well. Good evening from Indonesia. Oh my goodness. Middlesbrough, Mykonos, Greece. Wow. Guys, we are multicultural for sure. We're all about, yes, Poland, Madrid. Oh my God, Madrid is one of my most favorite countries in the world, guys. Guildford, UK, beautiful. I've never been there, but I know it's a great place in the UK. I'm in the UK, guys, for the last 10 years, and there are so many beautiful places I haven't got the chance to visit yet. But I just say yet. Now I have another good reason to visit Guildford. Awesome. So I'm about to get started by introducing myself, really. Some of you might be here by accident, I don't know. But for those of you who don't know me, my name is Alexandra. I'm the founder and CEO of Oxygen. I'm a corporate well-being expert and a former PR executive. I feel maybe this is the main reason why I'm so passionate about employee well-being. So I have experienced burnout and panic attacks in the workplace before. I used to work for some elite PR agencies and technology brands like Vodafone in London. And it was, yeah, it was almost when I was like close to my 30s when I experienced a panic attack while I was at the office because I was a workaholic human being, digitally addicted, struggling with chronic stress and anxiety. And I put myself at risk for a very long time. And I want to spread the message, and I want to help people, help employees to feel empowered, because I didn't have the chance back then, right? So for me, it's my life's work, my life's mission. For the last couple of years, guys, I have traveled to over 40 countries, and I have immersed myself in cultures around the world to hack sustainable high performance via evidence-based well-being tools. So I spent time in Buddhist monasteries and homeless centers, and I spent time with some famous mindfulness coaches. I've been blessed for 2 years to immerse myself in this world of well-being, and for the very first time of my life to actually take it seriously. So it was back in kind of 2020 when I launched my first business, Urban Yoga Lab. And it was just only last year when we decided to get this business to be a platform, really, so to digitize, to productize what we offer by a platform. Now, a little bit about Oxygen, guys. you might have heard us before. We are a well-being body based in the UK. That's how we see ourselves. Our services have been designed to empower hybrid employees to radically upgrade their well-being, their mental health via Oxygen. Oxygen, this is our business, this is our startup. And via our solutions, we want to help employees to bring their best selves to work, while at the same time, we help businesses to learn new ways of how to become an employer of choice. Now, over the last several years, guys, we have been entrusted by more than 50 global brands all over the world, including Wells Fargo, Soho House, HSBC, among many, many others. And because of the great success we had with those brands, we've decided to make all our services accessible and affordable via a platform presentation. And the key topics we will explore today is number one, it's all about quiet quitting. Quiet quitting. The next topic is about how to re-engage your hybrid workforce. And the last is how to help your hybrid employees create a sense of purpose at work, regardless whether they work at your company's facilities or at home. Do they feel how we can help them to create that sense of purpose, that sense of meaning? So a little bit about quiet quitting. More or less, we all know what quiet quitting is. I'll give you my own definition. Quiet quitting for me is just do the bare minimum, right? Doing the bare minimum, and that's it. And unfortunately, we do see that there is a high percentage of employees who actually follow this route when it comes to performance and engagement. And it's not because they want to, it's just because they feel disengaged. So speaking of disengagement, I'd love to know, how do you try to boost engagement within your business, right? And if you can let me know in the comments below, that would be awesome. So for those of you guys who just joined, we just got started. Our first question for this presentation is, how do we try to boost engagement within our business among our employees? So if you can let me know in the comments, that would be awesome. Oh, Lenny, thank you so much. You're so sweet. Thank you. We have a system for remote workers. Like, that sounds great. Can you tell me a little bit more about it, really? I'd love to find out more. What type of system? And guys, it might be something simple, like a happy hour every Friday. You might organize something to boost your team's morale. It might be something simple as doing a mentoring session with a member of your team. It might be something really simple. There's no right or wrong answer. I'm just really curious to find out, what do you do within your organization? We're doing shout outs, weekly fun meetings, employee satisfaction surveys. Oh, wow. Wow. That sounds amazing. Feedbacks and performance reviews. Very interesting. Very interesting. And it's all about, we have virtual randomized coffee trials, which people sign up to. New employees find this useful, especially if they work remotely. Susan, I love, and thanks for sharing, by the way. Establish consistent, relevant. Yes, we do. This is one of my most favorite things. I remember when I used to work in Edelman, like 5 years ago, I used to love to sign up for those coffees, and each time I got to meet someone else, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. I can meet people from different departments, and that's amazing. Providing opportunity for growth and development and fostering a positive work culture. Tammy, totally agree. It's all about cultivating the culture, and it starts with the small things. Silas, monthly team lunches, weekly aperols. Amazing. Online sessions for every team member. What type of online sessions, Silas, if I may ask? I'd love to find a little bit more, if that's okay. In the meantime, guys, first of all, thank you so much for sharing, because I'm learning from you, and this presentation is also a forum to share and exchange our ideas. Events and fun activity, weekly ones. Fun, is the key word. If it is not fun, or if it is not exciting, or if it is not interactive, then honestly, we get to zone out, because we work from home. There are so many distractions. So the easiest thing to do, guys, is just to zone out. So to be fun, to be excited, to be interactive, super important. Monthly lunch and meetup across globe, interesting. Social, mental, financial, and physical categories to focus on. I love how you approach this, Rahita, more holistically. Open up free subscription for mental health, system for remote workers. Guys, you're amazing. Thank you so much for sharing. I advise to use OKRs for strategy at almost every level and follow up on monthly basis. Look, I'd love to follow up on this one, because I'm curious to find out more. All OKRs are something I want to include in our own strategy as well. So I'd love to learn more from you when it comes to that. So guys, thanks first of all for sharing and being so generous to share your best practices. A little bit about employee engagement. We all know what that means, though, trust me, many times when I discuss about the topic of engagement with partners and clients, I get to receive, some responses that in many cases do not make sense. Now, just between us, right? So what I'm trying to say is that employee engagement can be, yes, it is a definition that can be different to each one of us, but it's definitely not about seeing the employees coming to work and smiling, and that's it. And if we do this, then we boost engagement. This is not enough for sure. So how many days do your employees work from home? And I'm asking this question because since the pandemic, since our clients' employees started working from home, many of them saw their workforce being disengaged. So I'm wondering, how many days do you personally encourage your employees to work from home? On average, what I personally see with the clients we work with, this is like 2-3 days from home. But what is your number? I would love to know. Is it like, oh, Eleni, thank you so much for sharing. Experiential learning workshops, employee satisfaction surveys, development plans. Thanks for sharing, Eleni. 3 to 5, interesting. When you say, Laura, 3 to 5, do you mean that an employee can actually work full-time from home? That I would be very interested to find out if that's true. 0, Jessica. I would love to find out, how do you feel about it? Is it something that you highly encourage? Is it something that you that everyone is happy within your business? Are they happy to work full-time from the office? Up to 2 days. Nice. So I get a lot of very interesting. 2 days in the office, different for everyone. Super. No one is happy, Jessica. I know no one is happy. We cannot please everyone. That's for sure. So what top business leaders and big companies really think about engagement? Many of us, we do read the news and we do know what they feel about hybrid working. For me, it's shocking to see the CEO of Zoom forcing employees to be back to the office because he thinks that this is not good enough. This doesn't make them be productive, right? So I'd love to hear what's the situation within your organization. Is your senior leadership okay with your employees working from 2 to 3 days from home, or are they actually encouraged the opposite and to be like full-time from the office and be in the same mode like those guys here suggest, like Elon Musk, for example? The reality, according to surveys and reports in 2023, show that employees are not engaged in the workplace today in this post-pandemic environment. 85% of them, they're not engaged. But what I find really alarming is the second stat. Only 9% of UK employees feel enthused by their work, putting their country in 33rd place out of 38 in Europe. there is definitely something we need to unlock here. And that's my intention, to have this conversation, to have this dialogue today. Now, the possibility. What is the possibility if we actually unlock this thing of employee engagement and we are able to boost our employees' engagement? According to a report, we will see that it will actually boost the productivity. It will increase by 17% their productivity. It will increase by 20% the sales, and it can increase by 21% the profits within the organization. So engagement has a direct impact on productivity, sales, and profit up to 20%. So, and when we talk about engagement, I see many, many employees who are struggling with loneliness, disconnection, and low team morale. And that's why they are disengaged. I remember myself when I was struggling with mental health issues, what I was constantly doing was disconnecting myself from the rest of the team, working alone, not feeling like I wanted to talk to anyone. But that was because I was secretly struggling with chronic stress, anxiety. I was just trying to suppress it, you know. Many employees, I speak with many of them who work from home, and they're struggling with those emotions because many of them, they're extroverts, and the human batteries get charged by interact with other people. And when they cannot actually be in that environment, which encourages interaction and collaboration, they feel like they get, you know, like really lonely and really disconnected. So recently, and we will drop the link in the comments, I got interviewed by a journalist. It was 2 weeks ago when this article got published, and it was about creative ways to bring your employees back to the office, but not necessarily back to the office. It was more about engaging employees, those who are at the office and those who are at home. So I gave some very interesting, I believe, interesting ideas, outside the box ideas on how to boost your employees' engagement. And we'll drop the link in the comments below so you can access the article and read later on. And some of the things I suggest in this article, I will dive a little bit deeper in this presentation. So in terms of some of our best practices, number one, it's all about engaging and training your senior leaders. Now, we get to hear about this all the time, but what does it really mean? For me, I will try to approach it from a different perspective. Many of our senior leaders do not know what is unconscious bias. Many of us, we do not know what is proximity bias. And I want to test us, guys. Can you let me know in the comments, what do you think proximity bias is? Let's see if any of us actually knows what proximity bias is, or you can guess. It's okay if you can guess. I mean, as I said before, it's just a conversation. I'm curious to see if we are here 40, almost 50 people, right? How many of us do we know? What does it mean? And why is this important? Bias toward allocated employees, favoritism of specific employees. Arjun, yes, work near home arrangements like exactly. That's beautifully said. In one sentence, guys, you said it so well. Katie, very close to what I'm about to say for sure. Needed to Google it. Liz, honestly, that was my case a year ago. I needed to Google it. I didn't know. But when I found out, I was shocked. So, as Chrissy Antonio says here, proximity bias describes how people in positions of power tend to treat employees who are physically closer to them. So, if you're closer to where they are, it's better. So, proximity bias is a tendency to favor or undervalue people and ideas based on their physical distance from you or your workplace. So if you get to work with some people and you see them every day, you are unconsciously kind of biased towards them. And next time there will be a conversation about bonus or promotion or, you know, about this person's kind of performance review, you will most likely give a nice feedback if you have this good relationship with that person who is close to you and you see them every day. But this then excludes all those people who never see you, or they don't see you that often because they work from home, right? So there is my first best practice then. It's about engaging and training. Many times I speak with senior leaders and I see them talking to their junior teams. And what I see, I don't know if you have noticed this, guys, within your teams. They say, I speak with a senior leader and the senior leader is like, hey, Sarah, I don't think you should join this meeting because this is with the senior leadership team. You are too young. When I tell them that the way they communicate and express this is unconscious bias because they make this junior person feel incompetent, they get shocked. But it is unconscious bias. So many, why I mentioned those two examples about those two biases, because so many times we feel like we know, and our senior leaders, they feel like they know. But when they get to receive the right training, it can be an eye-opening experience. It can help them to promote a truly inclusive workplace. So some of the ways I have seen that work really well is highlighting stories and achievements of your diverse employees through your intranet, through your newsletter spotlights, and video teasers. Give the opportunity to your diverse workforce to be the heroes within the organization. Next, when we talk about the trainings, I have seen that they can be really, really effective when they are based on play role. When you have managers to be in a scenario and interact with each other in a hypothetical scenario with a coach who can see and help them to understand and see if there is any bias or not. So the next thing is about encouraging your senior leaders to participate in your hybrid initiatives and lead by example. Time and time again, I work with big organizations. We get to launch, to introduce a big employee well-being program, and the senior leaders are all absent. I'm like, where are those people who signed this initiative and they approved it? And honestly, it can make such a big difference. So it's really important to engage our senior leaders. The next thing is about use the broader weekly meetings with your CEO or with your senior leaders as your launchpad, as your platform where you can actually communicate all the other initiatives and actively invite people to participate. So for example, if you do Wellness Mondays, Mindfulness Thursdays, the participation is low, it's a great idea to just in 2 minutes within your weekly kind of big calls to say, guys, just 2 minutes of your time. Every Monday, every Wednesday, we do X, Y, Z. We would love you to join us, right? So that makes people to feel like they're welcomed, right? The next thing is about family gatherings. We can really engage our employees and make them feel more engaged because we show that we care, and we really care when we organize initiatives which include some of their family members, and I'll give you specific examples. So, for example, not very long time ago, we ran a program for Nokia, which was a program where we organized weekly cooking classes with MasterChef celebrities for employees and their families on a virtual space. So we had the employees with the little ones cooking together and interacting directly with the chef. And because of that, employees felt that they were experiencing this sense of community, getting to know each other better. They had so much fun. And at the same time, it establishes some psychological safety. And it fosters also this kind of intergenerational connections. The next thing is all about fun. Also, I want to say, when it comes to including your employees' families and initiatives you organize, you might do some wellness classes for your employees, right? Why not to record those classes and let them be available for your employees' families? They might want to do this together, spend some quality time with their family members over the weekend. It's a great, great way to show and that you truly care. So important to make them feel that. The next thing is about fun, hybrid social events and on-site wellness kind of areas. Microsoft, Google, Spotify, they launched this on-site wellness area super successfully last year. And I highly recommend it because it creates an attractive office environment. It doesn't need to be expensive. So I'll give you an example. I was talking with a big client the other day, and they have a big communal space. And he said, Alex, I wish I had space for a wellness area, but there's zero space. We do not have call booths, and we need them. What wellness area? And I said, look, no worries. We have alternatives. And I noticed he had like a nice corner with some kind of booths and stuff, but no one was like going towards this area. No one was socializing there. So I said to him, look, we can rent silent disco headphones. We can have the employees in this part of the corner every Monday with one of our facilitators to do some mindful movement, somatics, and meditation. And all of a sudden, you take this space where nobody goes anyway, and you create a wellness area. As simple as that. So hosting those events, and also then it's about hosting exciting events. When I say exciting events, I mean like aromatherapy, candle making, journaling workshops. And these activities can actually help people to feel like, oh, actually, I go to the office. Yes, I go because I will connect with the rest of my colleagues, but at the same time, I'm going to learn something new, right? I'm going to learn something new. I'm going to have some fun. And I'm going to start like feeling nice being at the office, you know? So offering those amazing events can help. And those events can be also all about well-being, meditation, Pilates. But what I found really, really helpful myself with my clients, if you want to bring your employees to the office more often, you can organize those special events. I don't know how very often, twice, 3 times a month. And then you broadcast tiny kind of quick snippets. So not the entire thing, you just record parts of it. And then you share those with the employees who are at home, so they can see what they're missing, that they're not at the office with you having this team bonding experience. I have seen that this works really well, actually. The next thing I want to share with you, I'm super passionate about this topic, and it is called reverse mentoring. Can you guys tell me in the comments if you have ever tried reverse mentoring? And for those actually who don't know what it is, can you just let us know in the comments? Oh, Nelly, you're facing this kind of situation and challenge right now. It's really tough to deal with a person with proximity bias. Nelly, I can't agree with you more. It's really, really, really tough. Describes, yeah. So guys, have you ever tried reverse mentoring? I'm curious. Reverse mentoring. Okay. Finding their own answers. Katie, I love your input. I love your feedback. To learn from juniors about the things that they know and do best. Yes, yes. Even though it seems quite obvious, what does it mean? I need to Google it. No, in this form, but it's a great idea. Okay, so guys, reverse mentoring it's all about the multi-generational workforce. At the moment, we do have 5 generations coexist in the workspace. But when it comes to the C-suites and boardrooms, we don't see this change, this 5 generations being represented. And what happens is that there is a growing gap between your senior leaders and the rest of your teams, right? There is a huge gap when it comes to perspective, experiences. So, and because of that, reverse mentoring can be a great antidote, because as Katie said, it's about having junior employees providing mentoring to more kind of senior employees. So, and it's not just about mentoring. It's not about mentoring. Many of my clients are like, yeah, I know mentoring. It's not about that. It's about being genuinely curious about learning from another person. And it's about being intentional about the relationship. And one of the things that I've seen that work really well when it comes to reverse mentoring is find a person from your organization who knows you and knows many different members from many different departments, and ask them to match you with another person. One of the mistakes, the common mistakes I get to see when it comes to reverse mentoring is that in many situations, we see employees doing the reverse mentoring with the person from the same team. But this is not helpful. We need to find a member from a completely different team, and ideally in a completely different kind of aspect of the business. So if you are in finance, it's better to get reverse mentoring from a person in finance. And it's all about chemistry. Chemistry really matters. So it's important to find that person who will do the right match for you. Now, why reverse mentoring is powerful? It's because we let Gen Zs, we let our millennials to be on the driver's seat of how things go in the organization. We show that we're really listening to those kind of younger generations. And we actually involve them into this process of also decision making, because if we are ready to be mentored by our Gen Zs, that means that, okay, then we take their thoughts seriously, right? So the next thing is about allowing your Gen Zs to actually lead initiatives and to organize those mentoring sessions themselves. You can find a team of Gen Zs within your organization and ask them to be the matchmakers. And go and speak with people and get them matched. So let them be the initiators of this kind of thing. And trust me, they're gonna love it. It's exciting. So, because one of the things I've seen over and over again is when I speak with the Gen Zs, they tell me, Alex, I feel I don't get the right mentoring. I feel like I don't build my social skills because I'm at home, working from home all the time. Alex, I feel that I'm not going to get promoted because no one sees me. Or in many cases, they feel like they are, because they're not at the office and they cannot shadow their senior managers, they do not get to build the skills as fast as the previous generations did. So it's really important to think and take this into consideration, to have the right conversations, to create psychological safety at work, and provide this safe space for dialogue, right? The next best practice, and I was talking to a person who is here, to Natalie Labracos, the last week about this idea. Guys, traveling together. When I say this to clients, they almost kind of laugh, because they're like, Alex, what traveling together? We don't have budget. How are we going to make this happen? I'm like, guys, don't worry. I understand totally. So when I say traveling together, it doesn't need to be like from one country to another. It can be an experience. What do I mean by that? We have done some corporate retreats for many of our clients, and those retreats took place at the company's facilities. What does that mean? We call one day a well-being day. And that day we decide that we don't work, we just celebrate the culture within the company. And all we do is we invite experts from different environments to actually deliver mini workshops within the company's facilities. And we create a well-being agenda. And then we have different places within the office. So for example, imagine we have a corner where we have a mixologist who actually teaches us how to use superfood to be more energized. And they teach us all the different superfoods and we learn how to do it. And then we go to the next corner, and the next corner there is a therapist, self-massage therapist, who show us what parts of our meridian points to press to feel more uplifted or to sleep better. And then we'll go to another corner as a mindset coach, an Olympian athlete, who actually teaches us how to do visualization like an Olympian athlete. And in one day's time, we have experienced a well-being retreat day with the rest of our colleagues. We share memories, we share some special moments, and again, we learn something new while we're having so much fun. And it doesn't, trust me guys, doesn't require a big budget. It doesn't. All it requires is a little bit of creativity, resourcefulness, and the drive, the willingness to come together with our well-being champions within the organization to make this happen. So it's a great thing. It creates lasting memories and shared experiences and deeper connection for sure. Now, I don't want to take much of your time, but I have some special announcements to make. First of all, I'm very, very excited. Some of you know that already. We have built a partnership with the Albright Females Only Members Club in London, and typically we organize private events, but this will be the first time we organize a brunch for HR leaders, and I'll say female HR leaders. Some of you know me already. I'm all about women empowerment, and I'm a big believer when it comes to that. We need it. So we will invite 8 HR leaders, female leaders, to come and join us, on the 27th of October for brunch. There's no ticket. The price that you see here is your salad and your soft drink that you will have this day. And the salad, you choose it, you mix and match it. We have a chef there, and you will create your own bespoke kind of salad. And we're going to get to meet each other. We can discuss about anything you like, network. We are going to produce our future of work white paper. It's a great opportunity to discuss about this as well. It's more about coming together and exchange best practices when it comes to hybrid working, employee well-being, employee engagement. So that's the first thing. I'm super excited. Second thing is about a gift. I want to give away, because this month is a menopause week. I want to share our guide, which is all about menopause. You can feel free to download it, distribute it with the rest of your teams, share it with your employees internally. We'll be super happy to know that that was helpful. It includes a lot of signposting and information and tips and best practices. So I will be very, very happy to share this with you all, guys. And just a little bit about less than 2 minutes, I just want to show you the platform, right? So many of you might be wondering, okay, Alex does this, but what does it actually mean, right? I mean, what do we do in real life? So let me just introduce you. Let me introduce you Oxygen, guys. To Oxygen, the one-stop shop for SMEs and startups to prioritize their employees' well-being. We use automation by a membership website to help your employees take care of their well-being in just 3 clicks. With Oxygen, you get instant access to more than 30 live monthly well-being activities
across 4 to 5 categories delivered by 80 top well-being experts. This is an end-to-end well-being program for every day of the year. Our platform is not just cost-effective, it's also time-saving. Its setup, activation, and delivery doesn't take less than 30 seconds and save your HRs over 20 hours per month. Our interactive calendar includes happy hours, a daily fitness schedule, well-being networking events. Enjoy team bonding activities like cooking, aromatherapy, and mixology. Mix and match your favorite well-being sessions to create your own bespoke well-being menu. So come and join us and let your body and mind thank you for that later.
Guys, thank you so much for joining. Honestly, I have no words to describe how grateful I am to be able to share some of my ideas, my thoughts, my best practices, things we have tested before, and we simply have seen that really work. I'm a big fan of actionable, practical, easy to follow tools.